Shravani Patel. Welcome to the online session of Basic Electronics. In this video, I am going to discuss about two-way parallel clipper. In the previous videos of this subject, I had discussed different types of clipper, which are the series clipper, parallel clipper, and in series and parallel clippers also we had seen different types, that is biased, unbiased, positive and negative clipper. So this video is basically based on the two-way clippers. First we will see the circuit diagram and analysis of two-way clipper, and then we will see one of the numerical for that. So let us begin. This is the circuit diagram for two-way clipper. You will find over here there are two diodes D1 and D2, and there are two reference voltages V1 and V2 are placed over here. And in this type of circuitry, if I am applying the sinusoidal signal, which is from Vm to minus Vm, then what will be the output voltage waveform that we are going to plot? For that, let us do the analysis first. For that, we will plot the input voltage range. Here it is from Vm to minus Vm. Now, how the reference voltages are being plotted, that we will see now. We are having diode D1, and to diode D1 we have V1 connected such that positive terminal is towards the output plus terminal. So output is taken across this two terminal, you can see, and this is a plus and this is a minus terminal of the output. For V1, the positive terminal is connected towards the output plus. That's why we will consider reference voltage V1 positive. And for V2, you find over here this is the negative and this is the positive. So negative terminal is connected towards the output positive. That's why we will consider V2 as the minus V2 reference voltage. So we are going to plot this two reference voltage in the analysis. So reference voltage is plus V1 and minus V2 is being plotted over here. You can see these two reference voltages. And now we will plot for the first range, that is the input voltage is greater than V1. Now if input voltage is greater than V1, then what happens? Just look at this. The input is positive, and due to that we can say diode D2 is completely in the reverse bias, because this positive plus terminal is connected towards the cathode of the D2. And what happens to diode D1, that you can see over here, that on the cathode terminal of diode D1 we have V1, and on the anode terminal of diode we have voltage which is greater than V1. So we can say over here that for the diode D1, the anode is at the greater potential than that of the cathode. That is why we can say that diode D1 is in the forward bias and diode D1 is on for this particular voltage range, that is Vi greater than V1. And D2 is completely reverse bias, so D2 is off. And what happens when this diode D1 is on and D2 is off? What happens to the output voltage? That you can see over here. This is acting as an open switch and this will act as a closed switch. So for that we can say this output voltage is equal to V1 for this particular case, because we are considering over here both the diodes are the ideal diode while analysis. So practically we have slightly difference in the output voltage, but ideally we consider then the output voltage is V1. Now let us consider the second case. Here we are considering that input voltage is less than minus V2. So input is less than minus V2. V2 is already considered negative. That is why we know that the input is negative right now. And due to this negative input, we can say that diode D1 will remain reverse bias, because minus is connected towards the anode. And that is why diode D1 is in the reverse bias, or D1 is off, we can say. And now what happens to D2? You can see this cathode terminal of diode D2 is connected to the voltage which is less than V2, and at the anode terminal of diode D2 we have voltage minus V2. So we can say the cathode terminal of diode D2 is at the lesser potential than that of the anode, and that is why we can say that diode D2 is on, and D2 is on, so it will act as a short circuit, short or close switch, and D1 will act as a switch open, and that is why output voltage will be minus V2. We will see this in detail with the equivalent circuit also. So now third case where we are considering that input voltage is lying between this two range, which is less than V1 and greater than minus V2. Then what happens? If input voltage, that is the voltage acting over here at the D1, is less than V1. So for diode D1 you just consider at the cathode we have terminal V1, and if at the anode we have input voltage which is less than V1, so we can say that this anode terminal is at the less potential than that of the cathode terminal, and that is why this diode D1 is, we can say, off, or it is in the reverse bias. Now let us consider for the diode D2. So for example, this is the diode D2, and at the anode of diode D2 we have voltage minus V2, because you will find over here negative terminal of the battery is connected to anode, that's why this is acting as a minus V2. And if at this cathode, if some voltage is, that is the input voltage is greater than minus V2, then what happens? At the anode terminal the voltage is less than that of the cathode terminal, and that is why we can say that D2 is also off or reverse bias. For diode to be in the forward bias, potential at the anode should be greater than potential at the cathode. That is why both are off, and due to that we can say this two path will act as an open circuit, and that's why this output is directly connected to the input. This is how you can do the analysis for two-way clipper. Now we will plot equivalent circuit for all these three cases in detail. So for reference, two-way clipper circuit is shown over here. So let us consider the case 1 where we are considering that Vi is greater than V1, and we had already seen in the previous slide that if Vi is greater than V1, then diode D1 is on because it's a plus, and we can say anode of this D1 is at the greater potential than that of the cathode because it is greater than V1. That is why D1 on, D2 off. And if we plot the equivalent circuit for this, we can say that D1 is shown with the closed switch and D2 is shown with the open switch, and you can say the output voltage is V1. Now let us consider the case 2 where we are considering Vi is less than minus V2. When Vi is less than minus V2, that means definitely input is negative, and due to that D1 will remain in the off condition only, reverse bias only, because this anode is connected to minus. But what happens to the D2? D2 cathode terminal is at less than minus V2 and anode terminal is at minus V2. That is why we can say that D2 is on. So D2 is forward bias, and if we draw the equivalent circuit for same, then it is shown with the D1 switch open and D2 with the switch closed, and due to that we can say output voltage will be minus V2. Here we are considering the diodes are the ideal diode, that is why we are replacing the diode with the equivalent circuit switch open and switch closed. So now the case 3, that here we are considering that input is less than V1 and input is greater than minus V2. So what happens during this voltage range? If for example I am having input voltage range like this is the V1 and this is the minus V2. So for this particular range, what happens? So when input is less than V1, we can say, then diode D1 anode terminal is lesser potential than that of the diode cathode terminal, that is at the V1. So this D1 will remain in the off condition only. This we had already seen in the first slide. Now if input is greater than minus V2, then what happens? This diode D2 will remain in the reverse bias condition only. So it is off. So both diode will act as a switch open, and that is why output is directly connected through this two path to the input, and that is why we can say output is equal to input. So here the equivalent circuits are shown, and now we will plot the waveform for two-way clipper. So input voltage, that is the sinusoidal signal, is shown over here, and the positive peak, that is Vm, negative peak, that is minus Vm, is shown. The two reference voltages are plotted over here. V1 is positive and V2, that is minus V2, is being plotted, and three voltage ranges are shown over here. And we had already done the analysis for all this three voltage range, that when Vi is greater than V1, we know that the D1 is on, and due to that I am having output voltage is equal to V1. And for Vi less than minus V2, I know that D2 is on, and for that output voltage is equal to minus V2. And for this middle part, that is from V1 to minus V2, I know that D1 and D2 both are off, and due to that output is equal to input. So this we had already done in the previous slide, and now we are going to plot it. You can see when this input goes above the V1, that is at this two instances T1 to T2. From this T1 to T2, input goes above V1, and for that what happens? This is V1. Diode, for this diode D1 is on, and due to that output voltage is equal to V1. And now from T2 to, we can say this is T3. This T2 to this T3 duration. In this particular duration, what happens? Both the diodes are off, and that is why output follows the input in this particular range, we can say. In this, that is from T2 to T3, output follows the input. And from T3 to T4 duration, we can say input voltage is less than minus V2, and for this particular duration we know that diode D2 is on, and output voltage is equal to minus V2. And again from T4 to T5 we have both the diode off, and so on. So this is how the output voltage is being plotted, and this is how you will find that input signal is being clipped from one of the positive voltage level, that is V1, and at the negative from minus V2. So input voltage is being clipped from top as well as bottom. That is why this is called the two-way clipper. So from both the side you will be able to clip certain portion of the input. So if we change the value of this battery V1 and V2, then we can clip the signal from different voltage levels. Now let us solve one numerical. So for this given circuit, we need to plot the output voltage waveform. Here we need to consider the practical diode. So in the previous analysis, we had seen the analysis based on the ideal diode. So we were not considering any drop across the diode when it is on. And now during the practical diode, we will consider 0.7 drop across the diode when it is forward bias. That is a cutting voltage or potential barrier. Minimum voltage required to turn on the diode, that is to overcome the potential barrier at the junction. So this is a signal applied to this two-way clipper circuit. We have two diodes, we have two voltage batteries, and we need to plot the output voltage for this considering the practical diode. So for that we will do the analysis, and in the analysis again we are plotting the input voltage range, that is from 10 volt positive to minus 10 volt. So that we are considering Vm and minus Vm. So now we want to plot the reference voltages. Then how we are going to plot the reference voltage? So when we are considering the ideal diode, then simply we are considering that this 5 volt battery is such that for plus terminal is connected over here. Then we are considering this plus 5, and this is for the ideal diode, and this negative terminal of the 7 volt battery is connected towards the output plus, that is why we consider the minus 7. But when we are considering the practical diode, we have to consider the voltage drop across the diode, and that we will plot by equivalent circuit when diode is on. That we can draw like this. If this is the anode terminal, this is the cathode terminal, then plus minus 0.7 voltage battery has to be kept in place of the diode. So that is shown over here. D1 is replaced with battery of 0.7, and it is such that plus side is connected towards the anode and minus is connected towards the cathode. So we have plus minus and then 5 volt battery plus minus. So plus minus, so total it will be 5.7 volt. And for this particular branch, when we calculate the reference voltage, then in place of D2 we have to keep the battery of 0.7 volt. It is such that minus terminal is connected towards cathode and plus positive terminal is connected towards the anode, and then battery is kept. So you will find over here minus plus and then minus plus, so it will be addition of both, so 7.7, and it will be minus ultimately. So we have two reference voltage, that is 5.7 and minus 7.7. so this voltages are plotted over here, that is this 5.7 and minus 7.7 volt. So this voltages are there, and now we will do the analysis for the first range, that is input greater than 5.7. When input is greater than 5.7, then what happens? Diode D1 anode terminal at the greater potential than that of the cathode terminal, including the potential barrier drop across the D1, and that is why diode D1 is on. And what about D2? If input is at the voltage level 5.7, then you can see over here at the anode it is minus 7 and at the cathode it is 5.7. So D2 is in the reverse bias, so D2 is off, and that is why output voltage will remain 5.7 when we draw the equivalent circuit. And now consider this last phase, that is Vi less than minus 7.7. So let us consider, for example, it is minus 7.7. So here at the D1 we have negative voltage, that is why D1 will remain off, that is reverse bias, and at the cathode of D2 we have voltage which is less than minus 7.7. So we can say for the D2 cathode terminal is at the lower voltage than that of the anode terminal, because anode of D2 is connected to minus 7, and that is why D2 is on, and output voltage when we draw the equivalent circuit will be minus 7.7. And for this middle range, what happens? We had already seen in the analysis in the previous slide in the two-way parallel clipper circuit, that for this particular duration both diode D1 and D2 remains off, and due to that we can say output is equal to input, and that we are going to see by the equivalent circuit. So case 1, Vi is greater than 5.7, D1 on, D2 off. So D1 is shown with the 5.7 volt drop, and this drop if we draw, then it will be shown with battery like this, plus minus, and here it is plus minus. So D2 is off, and that is why we can say plus minus, this is 0.7 volt, plus minus, that is 5 volts. So we can say it is plus minus 5.7 volt. Now case 2, when input is less than minus 7.7. So for that, what we can say, diode D1 is off, so shown with the open switch. D2 is on, so for that I have to draw the battery, and battery will be like this according to the polarity of this D2. So it will be minus and plus. So minus plus 0.7 minus plus 7, so it will be minus plus 7.7. That is why negative polarity is shown. Now the last case, that is input voltage range is less than 5.7 and greater than minus 7.7. Then both the diodes are off, which we have already seen, and diode D1 and D2 both are shown with the open switch, and there is no connection in these two branches. That's why output is directly connected to input through these two paths. Now let us plot the waveform for this. This is the input voltage waveform with the peak voltage of 10 volt, minus 10 volt, with the reference voltage 5.7 volt and minus 7.7 volt. And for this duration, that is input greater than 5.7, D1 on, and output voltage is equal to 5.7 volt. And for middle part, that is input is less than 5.7 and greater than minus 7.7, D1 and D2 both are off, and output is equal to input. And for this third case, only D2 is on and output voltage is equal to minus 7.7. So if we plot this output voltage considering the practical diode, then the signal which is above the 5.7 and signal which is below the minus 7.7 is being clicked off. With this, I am ending this session over here. Thank you.